Well, good afternoon. My name is Dustin Taylor. This is Divinity Virtue. My company is a corporation, so it's Divinity Virtue Corp. My website is divinityvirtue.com. Anyways, I'm just your crazy guy from Lethbridge, Alberta, trying to figure out life, figure out paths, just trying to get ahead in this world. I haven't made a video in like 2 weeks, so honestly, it's not even that I didn't want to make a video. I just really haven't done a lot in these last 2 weeks for me to even create anything. And I try to make these videos where I can show either stuff that's going on, ways to build up the business, things to get ahead, ways to handle problems, triggers, habits. I really try to make these as informational and forceful as they could be, or as they can be. And I'm just thinking, I've had quite a last few 2 weeks have just been it's been like a roller coaster. And my life is absolutely the most boring life anyone could ever imagine. I wake up, I go to the gym. Great. You know what? I take the same path almost 99% of the time. So it's not like my path changes going to the gym. I see your local junkies, your local crackheads. They're blatant now. They I think they all know who I am. This is the interesting part. Everywhere I go, people know who I am. People know that I walk around like a thug. Like I always wear stuff with hoodies. I always put on the hoodie so that it's like I don't know. I Lethbridge has so much criminal activity. Everyone's so segregated. I can tell you who's up to what, and I'm pretty accurate. And I just think I get it. Like everyone's got to do their dirt to get ahead in this world. This world is not a. I don't care what anyone says, whether your hands are clean or not. My hands are the cleanest they've ever been, and that's almost a guarantee. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, the things that people have to do to get ahead in this world, it's crazy. I literally watch crackheads, meth heads, junkies. I can watch them in a group of like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever the group is, and there's always one person who looks a little bit different, who's the person who's selling the drugs. I'm just thinking, isn't that interesting? And they all ride around on bikes. I don't know if like that was the key back in the day. Like, hey, go outside, be a kid, ride on your bike. Now it's like, hey, go outside, be a crackhead, sell drugs on your bike. I don't know, but my weeks have been just very interesting, and I'm 15 steps. So my business is fully running. I can start taking customers today. I've done three mock questionnaires essentially. So I got two friends and my mom, and one mom. That's how I was going to say it. One mom. So yeah, two friends and my mom. And honestly, when you do the questionnaire, it takes 6 to 8 hours. It's quite a process. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show people how to look at themselves. When I went through the spiritual awakening, and I'm still going through it, and I know I'm going to go through a spiritual awakening for the rest of my life. But the spiritual awakening broke me down. And when I say what a spiritual awakening is supposed to do, if people actually understand this, is that when you come into a spiritual awakening, if you did it yourself or if God anointed you, what it is it's trying to show you that, hey, everything that you believe in life is probably not how it should be or how it is. If you understand that everyone's path will interchange at certain times, you understand like the spiritual awakening is there's so much that goes on in a spiritual awakening. I can't even really fully explain it to you. It broke me down. So my dark soul of the night, which means I had to look at my entire life that I could ever remember. Any thing that has ever triggered me or anything I've ever done to someone else. And I had to accept both sides. I had to understand the emotions on what they were feeling, the emotions on what I'm feeling, understand the situation, and then release it. And that's the hardest part because I'm going to tell you something when you have to release stuff in your life, I still can't do it. And I'm working the hardest I can just to be the best version I can be moving forward. So, anyways, this spiritual awakening has just it's rocked me. It's rocked me harder than anything in my entire life. The fact that I know my ending and the fact that I know I'm in the darkest part of my life where I think most people, if they were doing what I was doing, I honestly, and I'm really not trying to put out bravado or anything, but most people don't know what a spiritual awakening is. Most people don't understand twin flame. Most people don't understand generational curses. Like, maybe I'm so full of shit that this is how I see life, and I'm obviously crazy. So, but then here's the thing: is like I can't get off this path. Whatever path I'm on, no matter how hard I try, it's like every time I take 10 steps ahead, Lethbridge is like, nope, 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 nope. Slow down. You're running too fast. You're not going to take over the world. We need you to still be here. You still need to have some life lessons and go through some growing pains, and you still need to put in your time in Lethbridge. I'm going to tell you, I have put in my time in Lethbridge. I am almost at 10 or 11 years. And I'm going to tell you, 11 years ago was when I was supposed to move to Australia, and I messed it up because, well, I'm a shitbag. I like to screw my own life up. Yeah, drink to that. I like to screw my life up and self sabotage myself because I must have at some point come to the conclusion that, hey, it's easier to self sabotage than just take the losses. And it's not the way life should be because I'm going to tell you right now, this last 2 years, 3 years, I've taken every loss I could have ever taken on everything. On the twin flame, I still can't get the six pack, and I'm going to tell you right now, 3 hours at the gym, 45 kilometers, level 17 and level 18 mixed, and I burn around 42 to 4,400 calories depending on the day. I also walk a kilometer to the gym, I walk a kilometer back. My diet, I'm eating straight tuna now and vegetables. I've taken 1,000 calories out of my diet. My stomach is this big. Maybe it's skin and fat. I can't get to that six pack for the life of me. And I'm just thinking, this is hard. Like, I'm not trying to show people, like, hey, it's easy to get a six pack. Unless you're skinny and God has already blessed you with a six pack, good luck. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm in there every day. And it's getting to the point now, I'm the guy. Everyone knows Dustin. Does not even matter what you work out at in the gym, I'm the guy. I know everyone in the gym now. And I am so watched that people come up to me. There's this one guy named Jeff. And I actually thought he was like a stock trader or something because I always see him at weird times and I'm thinking, how does this guy come to the gym at such weird times during the day? Like, what kind of job does he have? So I ended up talking to him. And he goes, oh, no, I'm just a contractor. I go, oh, okay. He goes, it's a tough world. He goes, because everybody that I work with is up their prices. They try to just hammer you down. He goes, it's a very distasteful world. He goes, honestly, I don't understand why I'm even in Canada. I should just be in one of those Asian countries, take my money, it goes a lot further, and just live life. And I'm thinking, that actually sounds pretty good. And I've tried everything to get off this path. And I'm going to tell you, when I applied for 8,000 jobs in this last year, the only thing that kept me alive was having friends that own companies that are willing to put me into sorry about that. Put me into construction or landscaping or snow removal. Like the next 3 weeks, I know that my next job is literally gardening my friend's farm. He's trying to get his farm ready so that he can build it up and get out of his tree business, which is I hope he can do that because you know what? Every time he talks about his tree business, I just see no emotion. There's no passion anymore. It's just more of this is my job. I know how much money I'll make $1 million a year. These are the people I'll work with. Wake up, repeat. That's his life. And I think he understands that. And change is one of those things that nobody wants to change. Nobody. I'm going to tell you, humans are so robotic that once you start watching people, and this is what I do, and yeah, maybe it sounds creepy, but I don't know. I've always been in tune to watching people and see how they act and react. And the reason I do this is I want to see how people handle situations, their thought processes, and stuff like that. I have this one friend, he's becoming a cop. And I think I probably said this in one of my other videos, but there's a few times that we go out, and there's some certain people that I know who like to just kind of jab at people. They poke you just to poke the bear to see what happens. And this one guy, like I say, he's trying to become a cop, and I'm thinking, okay, so in my world, everything's already set out, right? I can't get off this path. For whatever reason, I have learned that in a spiritual awakening, nothing happens on your time. Whatever 3D time is not 5D time. So the way it has to work, and like I said, I could be crazy, but if a psychic and a medium, psychic 10 years ago, medium last year, okay, two different people tell me the ending of my life. Okay, so today is May 14th. By the way, happy Mother's Day to everyone. If anyone is a mom and watches this, not likely, but happy Mother's Day. So, May 14th, okay? Um, yeah, okay, so psychic and medium. So 3 years ago, I'm going to fall in love with the heart. That's the twin flame. Cool. I would never wish anyone to go into a twin flame. And I'm going to tell you, if my twin flame ever watches these videos, hey, guess what? I absolutely love you like there's no tomorrow. So much that I saved your ass from some of the biggest dirtbags in this entire city, and yet your ego was so big that you kept hanging out with those dirtbags. Hey, let's go hang out with the bottom 1%, or let's play guy, play me, the 1%, zero addictions, doesn't sleep around, fell in love with the heart, tried to court you, tried to be your best friend, tried to keep you safe. If there was not a clue in your head, knowing that everything I'm doing is to make sure that you're safe, protected, and to show you that everything came from my heart, give your head a shake. Because I'm going to tell you right now, little twin flame, you come back in my life. I know you're coming back. I know you are coming back. I'm going to tell you something. This is the hardest part in my world, knowing that I have to have one conversation with you. I have to explain to you the situations. I have to explain to you that whether you believe it or not, this world, there is God, there is a devil. Okay? That has to happen. There's no way that does not happen in this world. And I'm telling you something, I fight a spiritual warfare game every day of my life. And you can say, well, how do you know this? And I can say, because you know what? I feel energies on the inside. And you can say, well, that's still kind of weird in itself. Yeah, very much weird. Because you know what? I didn't know about this until about 3, 4 years ago. So 4 years ago, things are starting to change in my world. I'm going, weird. I'm feeling a lot of different emotions on the inside. And I quit drinking. And I say, hey, God, I'll give you my soul. And I can tell you, like 4 months in, I watched myself vibrate so much that my soul was gone. Left my body. I know it left my body because it's like every burden in my life, every hatred, every everything was like just removed. And I can tell you, like, I've had some of the worst years of my entire life. Spiritual awakening. You can't get off the path. And the reason that is because now that once you've lined up with your 5D path and your 3D path, and it lines up, can't get off. You have to ride that path. Like everything is already predestined. Okay, believe me or not. And this is the only thing that gets me through life is knowing that everything is predestined. I'm supposed to be broken down to my bottom, which I have been in the last 2 weeks, just going through these highs and lows and thinking, all I did was study finance. I just want to make some money and get the hell out of Lethbridge, move somewhere warm, Hawaii, Australia, somewhere on the islands, somewhere where I could be an island boy wearing Hawaiian shorts, work out, eat healthy, and build a legacy. That's all I want. And I got, yeah, I can't get off this path. And I'm telling people, I know that my drama's coming up in September. And that's the craziest part because, you know, that twin flame's going to come back. So I'm so madly in love with somebody who played games, hurt me, manipulated me, lied to me, love bombed me. You know what? I didn't even kiss for you. Never even took you home. You know why? Because I was actually going for love. I wasn't trying to be like you, a little playgirl, and grass is greener on every corner. Go do your thing. I'm going to tell you something right now. You're missing out on a really good catch. And I'm okay with that because my nice little soulmate, she got back together with her boyfriend. So you don't think that in September, I will be very close to that six pack. Very close. My company's already open. I got about $17,000 worth of debt because, I was supposed to be working landscaping and snow shoveling with my buddy. And he ended up getting a girlfriend, I don't know, 2, 3 months ago. And it's funny, she was on call for the whole winter. So she took my job, which would have paid me, I don't know, 3,000, 3,500 a month for the snow removal. Instead, because, you know, you sleep with the boss, I guess. He thinks with one head. So now she took my job. Okay, cool. So I've been working with you for a year. Just because some girl comes along, you're willing to drop me that quickly so that she has work? I don't know. So I worked with you for a year, but my loyalty wasn't good enough for you? I remember that. Trust me. Because I'm going to tell you right now, my reputation's good. You might be still talked about, whether you believe it or not. So, okay. I'm supposed to be doing landscaping, I don't know, this week, last week. Haven't had a call. Nothing. I'm thinking, all right, so now I don't even get to make money landscaping anymore. I'm thinking, so the whole last summer when you needed somebody, and I stepped up. And now this summer when I'm like, hey, like I can work to July until my own company's going. Oh yeah, I'll give you work. I'll give you work. And I have nothing. Yeah, yeah. All right, that shows me your loyalty. Cool, 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 cool. I'm a very loyal person, and that's the other thing is I don't play games. I'm not here to fuck around. I'm really not. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to step on toes. I can tell you, I know what every questionable character is up to in this city. I can even tell you the ones that are hidden in the dark and how big they are. I can tell you, there's some guys that are so hidden you would not even know who they are. And these guys are bringing a huge amount of drugs, sex trafficking. They have pill popping machines. Like I've seen a freaking pill popping machine where the guy can actually make a pill, 50,000 pills in like 2 hours or some shit like that. Of fentanyl and carfentanil. I've seen. Okay, here's something. $10 million. You know, I'm looking at my computer screen. Okay, it's that big. Nike shoebox, size 12s, is about $10 million in hundreds. Believe that. I've seen it. And I'm thinking, wow. I'm thinking like, if I'm just a nobody and I could walk through all of the streets of Lethbridge, I know who's up to what. I don't judge them because I'm going to tell you, I know that my country has set people up for failure. So they gotta go do their. You gotta do the hustle. There is a hustle in Canada, whether you believe it or not. We're gang ridden, mafia ridden. We're ridden. We're ridden. It the only difference is they act as like, oh, Canada is such a great socialist country. Come, we'll teach you how to get ahead in this world. You can pay 60% taxes, whether you believe it or not. But oh, it's not 60. Oh, it's only 37 or 39%. No, it's not. You pay tax on everything: gas, house, rent, food, interest is. It's unreal. Canada is such a trap that this is the interesting part. My little city has 100,000 people, 80 to 100. I'm not too sure, just because the university for 4 months dies down the population. But my city's so busy right now, and I've seen so many different groups from all over the world, and I'm watching them segregate themselves. And you'll see the darks or the black people all in their one spot. You'll see the Asians all in their one spot. You'll see the natives in their spot, the whites in their spot. You'll see the odd flicker of people here and there. I'm telling you, my city and my country's so segregated that we're going to be in a civil war within 2 generations. It has to happen. Because even if you're bringing in all these people, this is what they don't get. Sure, they're coming in. They might have money from back home or wherever, which if they do, great. So now they're bringing their money into the system in Canada to build up our our falling economy. Okay, I get the logic. I understand that game. So now I look at all these foreigners who just got here within this last year, and our dealerships are almost like half empty. Every car is bought. Our real estate is dried up. Heck, even our water is dried up. That's how crazy that is. Canada has like what, 70% water or some jazz. I don't know. I don't know that number I just threw out. So that could be a lie, honestly. But I'm going to tell you, if all these people are coming over here buying cars, taking up the minimum wage jobs, hoping for a better life, it's not going to happen. We're giving you faulty promises. You're going to get taxed so much that realize I'm going to have to work a labor job or a construction job or some kind of job that will build it up. So if your family's coming over here and they don't have degrees or whatever, even if they do have degrees, they're not recognized in North America from anywhere else. So that means you have to now go back to school, funnel up our schooling system so that you can get a degree. Now you're locked in with a certain amount owing to the government or whoever handles the education system. And then you're going to come out and you're going to be like me. You're going to say, hey, I got a degree. I got a degree in economics and finance. For the last year, I applied for 8,000 jobs. 8,000. That's not even a lie. 8,000 jobs. And I think I maybe had 20, 40 interviews. Not even 1%. Half a percent? Half a percent. And even when I get the interviews can last for an hour. You're going to talk to me for an hour? I'm not exciting. I don't even know how a conversation can last an hour with me. I'll keep the conversation going if there's that opportunity. But seriously, an hour, and then they don't. And they all say, "Oh, we'll phone you and let you know." They don't ever phone me anymore either. That's another thing is I'm watching people and businesses not phone me, and I get that because, like I said, in a spiritual awakening, nothing happens on my time anymore. My time's irrelevant as long as I keep the same path and I work hard and I do what I'm supposed to do, then things line up. And this is how I know this because come September, I've been telling everyone I've been the 1% here in this city. Nobody believes me. Everyone thought I was full of shit. Oh, blah 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 blah. Talk. Talk. Really? No. You know what? You can't go from 400 pounds. I weigh 200 now. It's 200 pounds in 3 years. Okay? That's discipline. That means I also changed my diet. I haven't had fast food in over a year and a half. I haven't had liquor in 29 months. I smoke pot. And honestly, me being at home, I smoke a lot more pot. If I go to work, go to the gym, I don't smoke pot. I only smoke it. I only smoke pot when I'm bored out of my mind. And I'm just thinking, this is crazy because I'd rather be busy. I'd rather be at the gym, rather help people get rid of their habits, triggers, look at their life goals, career path, and then eat for 3, 4 hours a day, and then I want to fall in love. So if my fourth time, like my fourth time, no, but like I'm saying, out of the things that I do in a day, work out, work, eat healthy, I think you can only focus on 3 or 4 things to be at your best maximum level. That's my honest opinion. So I'm thinking the fourth thing I'd like to focus on is my soulmate. I would have said the twin flame, but I'm going to tell you, she put me through so much, and nobody understands this. Like, imagine being sober for over a year, falling in love with a girl, and then because you are such a levels up ahead of her, that she's still in the party scene, the playgirl scene, the drug scene, the bravado scene. I don't care for that. I want to look good aesthetically, so I'll play that game. But I don't care for drugs. I don't care for the liquor. I don't care to sleep around anymore. I don't need those extra highs, lows, emotions. I really don't. And the reason I'm saying this is because I've really learned how to calm my energies. And I've learned how to judge my energies around people so that if I have a bad feeling with you, I'll feel it right away. Whether you believe me or not, that's okay. If I know that there's something attached to you, and this is why I say I fight a spiritual game every day against dark people, dark souls, dark demons. You can believe me or not, but it's like I watch people when they talk to me, and it's like, okay, I, I can feel the energy come at me, and it's like, boom, boom, boom. So you're literally feeling the energy from a dark soul trying to hit you, trying to get you. And maybe I sound crazy, but I'm going to tell you, it gets to the point where it's like you've gone 10 rounds with a demon. Yeah, you're going to sleep for a day or two just because of how much energy it takes to like talk to people who are dark. And I can't explain that. But I had this conversation today, and this one guy, his name's Namesh, and from Sri Lanka. And I called him out a few weeks ago. I said, "Man, you're the most socially awkward person." I'm like, "You know me, but you don't say anything." I'm like, "What is wrong with you? Like, seriously, man. Like, I would love to have conversations with you, and now you start to open up with me." So I get it. So maybe it was just the fact of not opening up to someone because I get it, you don't really want to open up to someone right away because once you do that, now you're either tying into a friendship or going further, stuff like that, right? I understand that. But he goes, I went out to the bar this weekend, and I didn't go out this last weekend. He goes, how come you didn't go out? I go, I talked to a lot of people. They said it was dead. So I just took the word, and he goes, it was. So he um he was talking to somebody, and he goes, like I'm not the best looking person, but he goes, I have a 6 pack. Like I work hard. And I go, that's the way it should be. Like you look good, got some education. Like sure you haven't had a lot of girlfriends. I can't get a girlfriend for the life of me. For the life of me. I can go home with 30 women this weekend if I wanted to. But if I said, hey, let's go on a date or let's date, not one. Not one. And if they do, they don't tell me their emotions. I literally have to watch their eyes, watch how they react, how they talk around me. And it's like I can give them the little tidbits going like, hey, I like you, or hey, like I'll keep this conversation going, or hey, My heart does flutter a little bit more for you. Like, are you willing to just focus on me and you? None. None of them want to just focus on me and you. This is a weird world. I would not want to be part of like the next generation. And like it just seems like this generation is all about sleeping around, and then that's what I found out apparently is you hook up with someone and that's how you end up getting into a relationship. And I'm just thinking, weird. Sex means nothing anymore to anyone. It's just one of those like lowest chakras. And it's funny because like I don't know. I know some people. I know this one person. She was like, "Oh, that person that you like is not very good looking." I'm thinking, I know what you date. You talking about good looking or not? We all have our own what makes us happy. So whatever. Then I can also remember like someone else telling me like, "Oh, is that person willing to sleep with you?" And I'm thinking, probably, because you know what? Like everyone just sleeps around. Sex is one of those things that, yeah, whether you love someone or not, 9 out of 10 times I could probably get sex before I can get someone to say that they love me. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, I can't get off this path. No matter how hard I'm trying. I don't even know where these tangents goes. I don't even I wasn't even going to do a video today, but I'm just thinking, gone through so much in these last 2 weeks. My logo, because apparently when you do a logo through AI, you can't copyright it. So now I have to get people that I know who are into like computer stuff to do up a logo for me. So I asked about 3 weeks ago. One of my friends said she could do it. I'm coming up to 3 weeks and she still hasn't finished everything. I'm just thinking, like I'm going to pay you for your services. Like if you can just do what I need, get it done. That's one of my 15 steps I need next. And it's so weird how timing works out because I had a guy on LinkedIn who added me on LinkedIn, and his job is to copyright logos and company names. So I guess he's a copywriter or trademarker or something. I don't not too sure what his actual job is. Trademarker? Sure, trademarker. And I'm thinking, isn't that interesting? And then I was like, okay, well, I need to get my marketing going. And sure enough, like 2 days later, somebody on LinkedIn who's a marketing major decides to add me. And I'm thinking, those are very convenient timings. Because you know what? Like on a spiritual journey, like I said, time in the 3D world is not real. This is not real. 5D world, then it happens to the 3D world, and then you get to see how life works out. I just sit here and I'm just twiddle my thumbs because, like I said, I knew about my company even before I was going to have a company. I know that I'm going to get a six pack. I don't know when because you know what? The body apparently does not know how to burn off fat when you. I'm on a calorie deficit every day, and I can't even like. It's crazy, and I would love to. I should honestly just stand up and show you my like one thigh. Like yeah, I'm fat still. I still got the inner life, the inner thigh fat. And I gotta tell you, I suntan or I fake and bake, and there's like one flap of fat that just goes over, just hangs out, lift up that fat, and it's white, and everything else is brown. I'm thinking, really? I can't even take off my shorts now without looking like a clown. Oh boy, just give me the red nose, give me the big shoes. Call myself Dustin the Clown. Anyways, it's just a very weird journey. I can't explain it to anyone. I know life is set up. And that's the only reason I've gone through this. I know that I'm going to have a six pack. I don't know when. I know that I'm supposed to marry a soulmate, and that's coming up soon. And it's like every time that I try to get ahead, either people or someone else stops me in my tracks, and then it's like I have to restart. And I don't know if the spiritual awakening was to break me down. Well, I do know that to break me down so that everything that I was supposed to do, and it's because I want to think, I want people to think this way. I graduated in 2007 from the University of Lethbridge with an economics degree. I fell in love with a girl, and I was working at a job for Rapid Response Projects in Calgary, Alberta, which is a engineering consulting firm. Okay, my job was to essentially, I was a document control specialist. So anyone who was an engineer, accountant, anything of paperwork was coming all to me. I was supposed to organize it, yada yada yada. The contract was an 11-month contract. And the reason for 11 months is because during December they take a month off. So their work year is 11 months. You put in the overtime so that you can get Christmas off, yada yada yada. Anyway, so my girlfriend at the time, beautiful girl. I'm sorry that me and you didn't work out, but you know what? For the better. It seems that your life actually took off from where you were supposed to go. You had the family that you wanted. You found happiness in life, and I think that's really what it should be. I was not a good boyfriend to you, and you probably weren't the best to me. But you know what? It was a learning lesson at that age, being young, dating, falling in love. It's all about ego at that time, right? Like, well, what you can do for me, what you can do for me. And I'm going to tell you right now, the next love that I have should be treated like a queen. Grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is green is where you water it. And for proof, I can tell you this. Not last Saturday, so not 2, 3 days ago, but a week ago, a week and 3 days, went and mowed my yard. I knew it was going to rain on the Sunday. So, anyways, my grass from over a year since like when the last time this was the first cut of the year, rained. My grass is that high. After a week, I'm just thinking, wow, that's crazy. So, where was I going with that? Oh, I guess, grass is greener, thicker where you water it. That was the that was the life lesson there. That everything I've done, yeah, okay. Learning lesson. Water the seeds, water the plants, watch things grow. That's the ecosystem. That's life. Cool. So, anyways, she had prayed that I would eventually lose my job so that I wouldn't go to Qatar or Saudi Arabia. And sure enough, I don't know what it was, June or July or August. Might have been August. Not too sure. It was a summer month. Anyways, they ended up going to Saudi Arabia during that during the summer, and it was like a 2 week thing that they told the entire company, "Hey, got 2 weeks, get things figured out. We're going over there for 4 to 6 months." And they called me into their office and whatnot, and they go, "Yeah, we can't take you." And I go, "What do you mean? Like I'm on a contract?" They go, "You're not a, you're not attuned to the customs over there yet, and if you go, you might be a liability to us. So we're going to have to cut the contract." And I was just thinking, wow. So my first sole contract was get the degree, go to Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and not stay for love. Okay, and I'm not saying that's the right thing in life because I've done it twice. Apparently, I like to fall in love and not work. I'm that guy. So, you know what? 8.5 years later, here's something out saying, like, oh, I wonder what would happen if you tripped over one of those jumping things that they do in the Olympics or running track and field. Sure enough, I fell over my dog, landed like this, broke my wrist, sprained my wrist, broke my elbow, broke my elbow. There's your life. That's what happens. So I was like, okay, COVID happens. And I'm thinking, okay, I got a job. They're going to give us serve money or whatever the hell it is. And I was like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I went back to university during COVID. I was working at FedEx, one of their best delivery drivers, and then I go work out. and then I go study finance. And so, sure enough, at the end of my finance degree, same as my economics degree, I find a girl and I fall in love. What did I do? I was supposed to move to Australia 3 years ago. I stayed for love. Isn't that fun? The truest form of love, the twin flame, the one that has played games, the one that hung out with so many dirtbags that I had more hits on my head because of who she is. When my hands are clean and I walk a clean path trying to take care of the bad girl. Cool. Okay. So you're ride or die? I was willing to die for you. Pretty crazy. But now here's where it gets real fun. Psychic medium will tell me the ending is Australia with my best friend who's a soulmate. She's back together with her boyfriend who cheats on her. I took a look at him and I'm thinking, this is young school game. Like this is it's a different mentality because they all want to be hustlers and they all think like, hey, the dope game is the game. And I'm thinking, yeah, that is the game. It fast life, fast money, fast addictions. Cool. But the faster things come in your life, the faster things leave in your life. That's another thing I've learned. So now I'm thinking, okay, how the hell do I get out of this? How do I get out of this path? How do I move forward? Can't. Stuck. I know that everything is planned out and I'm supposed to accept what happens, learn to judge my emotions, and respond the best way I can so that karmically I can get rid of all my karmic debts, I can skip these timelines, and I can eventually get ahead. So this is the goal. Go back to university, get the degree. Done. Got 82%. Did way better than my economics degree. My economics degree, I think I came out with like a 2.47 GPA. Like that's maybe C's. Like I was a partier and a shitbag. Okay. Finance degree, I came out with a 3.12 or a 3.13. That's 82%. Okay, two different. I worked out lots the first time, but I drank and fucked around, whatever. This time, quit drinking, worked out, dropped the body weight. Okay. My next job was start a business because the last time I was supposed to start a business, the last business that I wanted to start was during the time of the Jersey Shore days. You know, Jersey Shore. I hope you all know Jersey Shore. Anyway, suntan beds were like the thing. Gym, tan, and laundry, GTL. So I was going to open up a suntanning studio, and I was so close, and I never pulled the trigger because I had a house, girlfriend, and instead of trying to gamble on a business, I decided to play the path of like working for someone to pay for my bills. And I don't work good with others. I've been fired over 100 times. I'm apparently a shitbag worker, a shitbag personality. I'm just a shitbag. So, life lesson, open your own business, get into shape, and help others to be better than what you were. Okay, I could do that. So now I got the company, I got the bank account in the Caribbean. I'm close. My logo, I've been asking my friends to get this logo going. And I'm going to tell you, if they can step up like in this next day or two, it'd be perfect because I got 15 steps in 45 days to make sure that my business is 100%, 99%. Nothing's 100% in this world. Nothing. Let's just say 99%. I got, like I said, I got 45 days. That's every 3 days I want something done. So I'm waiting on other people, and that's the shittiest thing about a spiritual awakening is when you realize that your time means nothing. It's when that time up there goes, and then your 3D world lines up, and you go, really? This is now we're on the path. Okay, so I get this. I get this. I get this. So once I get my logo done, I'm gonna copyright it. You know what? I'm going to sell my Bitcoin. I didn't want to sell my Bitcoin. I was going to use that to pay for my permanent residency and a plane ticket out of here once I was completely debt free. Now I'm just thinking, put it on the credit card, pay for everything on the business so that you can start getting going. If I have to claim bankruptcy, whatever, I'll put permanent residency and a plane ticket on my credit card. I'll claim bankruptcy, and I won't have investments. It's cool, like I'm trying to invest in myself, invest in my future, and create a legacy. Finally, one more thing. So, like I said, I walked around like a thug, a hood rat, and I saw my one friend Andy today. He owns a pharmaceutical company. Like he does really well. And he goes, I see you all the time. You're always got your hood on. You're always so determined to go straight. I go, Andy, we live in the hood. You know this is the hood. You work in the hood. You see hood rats outside your store every day. He goes, well, that's true. And I go, yeah. So I gotta look like a hood rat just to fit in so that I don't get questioned or have anyone come up to me for any reason. He goes, ah, that's why you do it. And I go, yeah, I'm not stupid. My city's so segregated, has one of the most highest criminal activity in all of Canada. You don't think there's shit going down? There's 100,000 people and we got more criminal activity than anywhere else in Canada? Yeah, I know how many shitbags are in this city. And I'm not even one of them. I just act like one of them. Whatever. So, anyways, I see him and he goes, like you're always so positive. He goes, like the way your life sounds like the fact that you almost went through bankruptcy, this, and this. He goes, you handle yourself really well. And I go, I got nothing. So you know what? If I can be alive and be thankful for that and try to put on a good face, next day, let's go, right? I can't get off the path. Only way I'm getting off the path is if I take my own life or if somebody takes my life. Like, there's no way of getting off this path for me. That's the spiritual awakening. Is that once you know you're in a spiritual awakening, things just have to play out. Learn to go with the flow, and it's so crazy because I'm telling you, if I ever wanted to be a drug dealer, I could probably make 50K in the next 2 weeks and be out. But knowing me, God would say, "Hey, did it the unethical way. Send you to jail just so you can learn some lessons." I don't need any more learning lessons. I just want to get ahead in life. Yeah. Another thing at the gym, this is getting interesting because I've been there for almost a year and change at the one gym. I see a lot of people come in and out. And I get to see who's actually changed in their bodies and how hard people work and whatnot. And I was talking to one of my friends today, and I think there's only 3 or 4 people in the last year that have actually had a physical change in their body. And I'm just thinking that's pretty crazy. So I'm close. Things are happening. Honestly, this is a long video. I wasn't even going to make a video today. Somehow it turned out to be 48 minutes. Cool. Anyways, you got to take your losses before you become the boss. Try to be 1% better every day. Try to help others to grow, succeed, and be the best versions they could be. Everything happens on divine timing. My name is Dustin Taylor. This is Divinity Virtue Corporation. DivinityVirtue.com is my website. Um, honestly, I got a LinkedIn, I got a Facebook. I'm going to sign up for a Yelp shortly here. Once I get this logo going, it's going to be trademarked, and it's almost go time. So anyone who's actually looking to better themselves, be that 1%. I'm telling you, when you come through me, I'm a very niche person. And I had to really look at myself, look at my habits, my triggers, look at everything that I ever did. And I'm trying to tell other people, I don't want you guys to hold on to things anymore. And even my family says, well, we were brought up to hold on to things. It's the worst way to move forward in life. Whatever happens in your day to day, assess it at the end of the day. Take the emotions, the highs, the lows. Don't go to any substances. Just think about life that day. Okay? That's all it is one day at a time. Can't handle what's in the past? I'm going to tell you. I know everything that's happened to me in the past. I've had to go through it again and again and again. I had to go from the emotions of the other people, the emotions of me, and then try to let things go. And once you can get everything off your chest and just understand that that's the learning lesson, that's what makes your soul grow, that's the highs and lows of life, you'll get ahead a lot further. You'll understand that this world's already set up, and it's just how you react to things. So that being said, thank you very much. God bless. Amen. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.